Hey Canon, how are you doing? You okay? You look kind of confused, like you might have Alzheimer's or something. Look, I get it. Life is confusing. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. One guy will say oatmeal, healthiest thing you could eat. Other guy says it'll kill you. Who knows what the hell to do? It's a confusing world. But you're making some strange decisions in the camera industry. A little confusing, so I just want to brainstorm a little bit here. Maybe I can help you. Maybe you can help me figure out what the hell you're doing. What's your strategy in life? Let's do this together. So I love Canon. They're trying their little hearts out. They're trying. My first ever camera was a Canon, a little Canon SD 1100 IS. Those were the first videos I was ever making on YouTube, was through that. I was like, oh cool. It was the first time. The only camera I'd ever used before that was one of those Shoppers Drug Mart disposable cameras. I took pictures of my grandma with them. So it was a good camera, and then I decided to upgrade one day, and I got the Canon G7X. I was like, holy shit, look at me. The background is slightly blurry now. The camera never actually focuses on my face, so the background's always sharp, and I'm blurry, but at least one of us is blurry, and that's what we all want. This right here, one of my favorite cameras, the Canon SX50. I can see Saturn with this camera. I have seen Saturn, the rings. I took a picture, look at that. I saw Saturn with a frickin' camera. You couldn't make the image stabilization work in video, huh? Yeah. So I like Canon, their skin tones. They make you look healthier than you actually are. That's amazing. If I had my choice right now for this video, I would much rather have the Canon 5D Mark IV. It'd be a great camera. It would track my face, I could actually move, and my skin would look healthier, and the background would be blurrier. So Canon's doing good things, but we all make mistakes, and Canon seems to make more mistakes than other companies. A lot of mistakes being made over there. They play a lot of poker and lose their houses and shit. So they come up with weird ideas to get their house back. It's not working. So that brings us to the latest release. We got there eventually. The Canon M50 just announced. And I'm thinking, that's the perfect vlogging camera. You got it all. You have an APS-C size sensor, so you'll get some decent blurry background and decent low light performance. You got a fully articulating screen. You can see yourself, you frame yourself. Don't look at the screen when you're recording, dickhead. So many people, they're looking off like here. Like, who you talking to, asshole? Just look in the lens. I'm in the lens. There's people in the lens, look at them. You got the mic jack for your shotgun mic or a lavalier mic. I like to be tethered. So I'm holding my camera here and the lav mic clipped onto me. I'm tethered like a baby, but I like it. I prefer the lav mic. And that dual pixel autofocus is so immaculate. I tested it in a store once. It was following me around. I was like, this camera's gonna follow me home and have its way with my body. And I don't mind. So really, I have no problems with the camera. Everybody's crying because it has 4K and they took out the dual pixel out of it. Shut up, you baby. You're a baby. You baby. Nobody needs to see your acne-ridden face in 4K. I don't need to see every pore in your nose. It's like, oh, I don't see enough of your nose hairs. This video sucks. I don't film in 4K. I have the Panasonic G85. I never do. The odd time I've tested it, and I'm like, yeah, it looks a little better. I look a little less healthy. And it's like, it takes so much more space. It's so much harder to render. Takes so much more time to edit the videos. It's like, why am I doing this to myself? And then I'd ask my audience, do you like 4K? Do you notice? And people are like, I watch you in 360p, you loser. You're on my phone right now. Half the time I'm not even looking at you. I'm looking at birds and shit. I don't even care what you say. Unsubbed. So 1080p is all I really need. The problem is Canon's 1080p is like a Panasonic 720p. It's pathetic. Why do you think I bought this camera? It's because the 1080p was amazing. That's what I was looking for, and it's a pet peeve of mine that when all these cameras are released, everybody's like, they give you so much detail on the 4K quality. It's like no pixel binning, full line, no line skipping, full sensor readout from a 6K down to a... It's like all this detail, and then I'm like, how's the 1080p? I don't know. Who uses that? What is that? So when I was debating buying this camera, I was like, G85 or the Canon M5 or even the 80D. And I was like, their 1080p is softer than a teenage prom night erection because of the worry and the fear. That's why it's soft. That's why Canon is soft. They're fearful. We all know you're afraid of Sony. Who wouldn't be? They use alien technology. Their cameras can see on the dark side of Pluto. I've seen the videos. It's a scary thing to compete against. It's like running, going for a jog against an Olympic athlete. You might as well just lay down and die. Just lay down and die. So Canon, just give us your full sensor readout 1080p and we're good to go. We are good to go. You got the ergonomic form factor. You got the usability, the skin tones. You have everything. Except the stabilization. That electronic shit. That's why that one sucks. It stabilizes electronically, crops it in, ruins the quality. Get a life. At least Panasonic knows what they're doing when it comes to stabilization. We're on a freaking cloud right now. So stable. Stable in the mind is Panasonic. That was one of the reasons I got this camera, because it has in-body stabilization and it's so much smoother. And this also has electronic stabilization, by the way. And it makes things even smoother. Let's turn that on. It crops in a little bit more. So if you're an idiot like me filming on a 50mm equivalent lens, like a moron, it's a little strange. It's a little close and personal. You throw a wide angle lens on here and it's just like, you don't need nothing. You don't need a gimbal. You just walk around town. Look at you, so light. So put your cinema camera line sensors and oversample it to 1080p so we have like a 4K type 1080p sensor, dual pixel autofocus, stabilize it somehow. I bet you the electronic stabilization will be fine if it's oversampled like that. But in your current state, your 1080p can't be cropped. Don't even try it. The problem with Canon mirrorless are their lenses suck. Especially for video, their fastest aperture lens is like f15. Like, they don't know what the hell they're doing. There's the one lens, the 22mm f2. And that's about the same equivalent as here. So you're vlogging like this, like, hey, look at my diseases in my face. Can you spot them? This is a great vlog. Their only wide angle lens is a zoom lens, 11-22. And I don't even remember, the aperture was so high, I didn't even write it down. I was like, you kidding me? It's like f5.6 or something, that's the lowest. Yes, I wear a windscreen indoors. So what? Gotta be prepared for anything. You never know what's gonna happen here in Thailand. So, rant complete. Canon, get your shit together, please. And I will return to you like the mother that lost its baby. I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna buy your camera, Canon, but potential. You're close. Get your shit together. Full frame mirrorless with that functionality, actual full sensor readout 1080p, stabilize it somehow, and you can compete. You can compete in today's world. I hope to see it. Okay, I'm gonna leave.